Going into this season of Love is Blind, it's a show that we've seen, we know what the premise is.
No matter what you look like, I'm going to love you.
There's gonna be like little love triangles.
We could just be a little throuple.
Something changed, bro. Someone started drama.
This is the deepest connection that I've ever felt with anyone.
What was your biggest fear going into it?
I would say probably wondering if your humor translates across the wall, or like wondering if your personality will actually translate across the wall to like actually make a connection. I think that was the thing, because I don't want to be in there laughing by myself. So I was definitely nervous about that.
You were definitely not laughing
Yeah,
there.
no. Yeah.
That everything's portrayed to the whole world, you know. But then once you break that wall, you know, and talk about those things, it feels good, right? And you really only care about the opinions of, you know, your friends and your family and the people you care about. So, you know, that was my concern, you know, to begin.
I think for me it was just like I've only dated, not blindly, like people see you, right? And so it's like, is my personality like enough to like make someone fall in love with me, or do people like me just because of the way I look? So it's interesting to see, and it just makes you nervous. Like, am I as funny as I think I am, like Ashley was saying, or, you know?
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Just getting vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
My biggest fear was falling for someone and then they see me and not like me. That's embarrassing. So that was a huge fear of mine. I was like, wow, what if I like someone and they don't like the way I look?
You know, this sounds so insane. I had no fears. I really truly believe I was meant to be on this path and to go on to do this experience. And so I didn't fear anything. I think I just was mainly excited. I knew my person was there, so I just went with it.
Yeah. I'll say the quiet part out loud. I was worried of falling in love with someone that I wasn't physically attracted to, and then really finding out that that was an issue for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I get that.
How did your friends and family react to you being on the show?
Just my family's like, of course. Like, they just, like, of course I would find love in an unconventional way. And like, they weren't surprised, and like, they're very, very excited. I think they're nervous, but they're very excited.
I honestly got the reaction that I'm not surprised that you're gonna go do this thing, but I think they all encouraged me, and then once I like got into it, they were like, oh my God, it's really going all the way.
Super supportive. I thought it could be a little bit different, but man, they only have words of encouragement and told me to go find love and be yourself. So it was really cool to have their support.
My mother, who, that's the only opinion I care about, she has always been the kind of person to be like, go do your thing. I don't care if you have to move to Tokyo, you know, I'll be fine, I'll be here. So when I told her I was doing this, she's like, okay, your next thing. Like, you know, but, you know, I don't know if she really knew what I was getting into fully, but I think she was just excited for the opportunity just to try something new, a little shake up.
Same here. Like, I'm pretty honest and open with my family and friends, and they were like, of course this makes complete sense that you would, you know, try to find love in this way.
My friends, my mom has always backed me up my entire life making decisions. So leading up to this, she had a couple questions, but she was like, you haven't steered yourself wrong. So I wish you the best.
And no one said don't do it.
No one said don't do it, which is super surprising.
Which is crazy, yeah.
You know, I think if a couple important people in my life said no, it would have changed the way I thought about it.
So Marissa, you said this was something that you felt you were always going to do.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
I'm a bit woo-woo, a bit witchy. When I first saw Married at First Sight, the first season, I don't know, I just saw that and I was like, that's something I really would love to do, and I think I'd be good for like meeting someone and getting to know them in a different, unique way. And at the time I was like single for a couple years, and Love is Blind has always like piqued my interest. And when you know, it came out they were casting, I said, something just told me, like, do it. It wasn't the right time. I was in law school. Like, it wasn't the right time, but something told me to do it, and something told me my soulmate would be there.
With it now premiering and people are actually going to see it, what warnings did you give to your friends and family, if any?
I cried a lot because my friends and family have never seen me cry, really. So I had to let them know. Not sure what's going to be shown, but I'm letting you know that I was a big crier. I was letting emotion pour.
Yeah, we haven't seen the episode, so there's nothing that I'm telling them to be weary of, honestly.
I'm preparing my family and friends with the reunion. You know, I don't know. I think they're very nervous just because they know I put my heart out there and I'm very vulnerable.
Do you ever get told you look like a celebrity?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
It's MG. I don't even know if it's MGK's wife or his girlfriend.
Megan Fox.
Last season, there was a big moment where a contestant compared herself to Megan Fox, which then gives a visual, and that sort of kind of goes against what the idea of the show is. How important was it to each one of you to protect the experiment and not give any clues as to the way you look?
It was really important to me. We have eyes, so when you're dating, that's the first thing you judge someone off of is if you're attracted physically. And I mean, not to toot my own horn, but
You're gorgeous.
you know, but
No one's complaining about
you know
how
what I
you
mean?
look.
You know, but I'm just saying, like, I truly feel like my looks, you know, are secondary to my other qualities.
Yeah.
So for me, I also feel like I like that both of our identities were removed because I also feel like someone's looks or what they have does not determine someone's value. It just doesn't. Like, what can you do after that? Or what happens if something happens to you and you don't look that way anymore? Is that really conditional love? No. So I was very particular.
It was extremely important. I didn't want that to alter, you know, my thoughts of this person at all. So we gave really small hints. I said that I had freckles. She said she had freckles on her hand. That was it. We didn't want to talk about appearance because that does change. Or, you know, you have an expectation of something that may be a letdown. So let's just not talk about it.
It was really important to me. I think that, like all the other women in this room, we could easily go date in the real world, and you're able to take out how tall you are, your ethnicity, your body weight, you know, little things like freckles, your hair color. And so if you get this once in a lifetime opportunity to have someone fall in love with you for the merits of you, why not actually do it all the way? So it was really important to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the whole point of the experiment is to find a connection, you know, find someone who matches your energy. And so you don't think about looks at all, really. You know, you're just so immersed in, you know, just vibing with someone.
And for you personally, I mean, you both have been on dates before. How did this differ from anything else you've ever done?
You talk about, you know, usually on first dates, second dates, third dates, family, you know, kids, getting married, you know, who's moving into whose spot doesn't happen. But here, you know, the second date, you know, you're talking about all that important stuff. So you really get to know someone real quick.
You front load your traumas inside the pods. Not really traumas, but things that you maybe scare people might not like you for. And you let people judge you based off who you are compared to a date. You're going out there trying to put on this front like, hey, I'm Mr. Nice Guy. You know, you don't have to do that. You have to just tell them who you are. And if they don't like you, it's okay. So it's completely different than going out on a first date and trying to impress someone by the way you're dressed, by the way you smell, haircuts, none of that scene. So you can just go based off your character.
There's no peacocking.
No. I mean, you can do it verbally, but yeah, there's no really like, hey, look what I got.
Yeah.